Something happens every night while you sleep, and most people never realize it. Your body activates a silent repair mechanism, a kind of deep cleaning that works cell by cell, tissue by tissue, trying to correct the wear and tear you accumulated throughout the day. And your eyes, which don't rest from the moment you open your eyelids in the morning until the moment you close them at night, are one of the parts of your body most dependent on this nightly recovery process. The problem is that many people go to bed without giving their bodies the proper fuel to perform this task, and little by little their eyesight begins to weaken, tires more easily, and starts to fail. Most people think it's solely a consequence of age, but the reality is that it's not just age. What you eat also plays a role, especially what you consume before bed. If you find this topic important, like this video, and subscribe to the channel so this information can reach more people who really need it. Welcome to this space. If you're new here, you should know that this space was created for men and women who want to stay strong, sharp, active and independent after 50. And if you're already part of this community, thank you. From the bottom of my heart for joining me again today, because the topic we'll be discussing in this video may be one of the most important for aging with dignity and autonomy. For over 20 years, I've been working with men and women in their 50s, 60s and 70s in consultations. And I can say with complete certainty that one of the most frequent concerns I hear has to do with vision. People arrive with a worried expression on their faces. They tell me that their eyes tire more quickly, that they have trouble seeing at night, that they can read for just a few minutes before their eyelids feel heavy, that faces across the street appear blurry, or that the television seems less sharp than before. And when I ask them what they usually eat for dinner, what they put on their plate at the end of the day, the silence that follows often speaks volumes, because almost no one connects nighttime eating with eye health. And that's precisely what I want to talk to you about today. But before I reveal which fruits these are, I need you to understand something fundamental about what happens in your eyes during the day and the work they do while you sleep. Your eyes are exposed to a huge number of aggressions every day: sunlight, blue light from phones and computers, environmental pollution, smoke, the dry air from air conditioning systems, the constant effort of focusing on small print. All of this generates what scientists call oxidative stress. This oxidative stress arises from the action of unstable molecules called free radicals, which attack healthy cells and produce progressive deterioration in the delicate eye tissues. And if this damage isn't corrected, it accumulates year after year until it becomes what we know as visual aging: cataracts, macular degeneration, difficulty seeing at night, persistent eye strain. It's all part of that process. Nighttime is the time when your body has the opportunity to repair much of that wear and tear. While you sleep, your cells regenerate, tissues repair themselves, and your body uses available nutrients to rebuild what was damaged during the day. If you go to bed on an empty stomach or without the right nutrients, your body simply doesn't have the necessary tools to do its job. But when you provide it with the right nutrients, especially through certain fruits with properties beneficial for eye health, you're giving it a real repair team to do its best work while you rest. And that's why nighttime is so important. It's not about superstition or folklore, it's pure biochemistry. Before we continue, tell me in the comments, have you noticed any changes in your vision over the past few years? Do your eyes tire more quickly? Do you have trouble seeing in low light? Do you frequently experience dryness or irritation? And tell me your age, too. I read every comment, and knowing who's on the other side of the screen helps me create increasingly useful content tailored to your needs. Now, before I show you the part that truly blew me away, the information that takes these tips to an incredible level of understanding, I have to mention something. Everything I'm sharing now about protecting your vision through nighttime eating is just a small sample of what we've compiled in our comprehensive health guide for this stage of life. We've created 4 volumes that address, in a practical and in-depth way, the fundamental pillars of aging with vitality. These are 101 natural remedies for everyday life, where you'll find simple solutions for everyday ailments, the ultimate longevity plan, which guides you step by step toward a longer, healthier life, the complete guide to your heart and blood pressure so you can take care of your main engine with clear strategies, and Men's Health After 50, Prostate, Energy and Vitality, an indispensable resource for men who want to maintain their strength and well-being. There's a special offer available right now to access all of these materials. You'll find the link in the description and a QR code on screen. That's the rest of the knowledge that transforms lives. But let's get back to the fruit, because what I'm about to tell you is the piece that changes everything. Now, let's get to the really important part, because what you're about to discover could forever change the way you care for your eyes. I'm going to show you the 5 best fruits to eat before bed when the goal is to protect and strengthen your eye health, and we'll do it in a countdown from number 5 to number 1. The number 1 fruit is the star of this list, the one that surprises people the most when they discover what it can do for their eyes. Don't skip ahead in the video, because each of these fruits serves a different purpose. They complement each other, and understanding how each one works can help you make much smarter choices to protect your vision every day. Let's start with number 5, and for many it will already be a surprise. I'm talking about the kiwi. This small fruit with brown skin and bright green flesh is one of the most powerful allies for eye health. However, very few people associate it with the vision. The first reason is that kiwi fruit contains an extraordinary concentration of vitamin C. In fact, it provides more vitamin C per gram than many fruits we traditionally associate with this nutrient, including oranges. And vitamin C plays a crucial role in the eyes. It helps protect the tiny blood vessels that nourish delicate structures, like the retina, and directly combats oxidative stress, one of the main culprits behind the progressive deterioration of the lens and macular cells. But the benefits of kiwi fruit don't end there. It also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants with a fascinating characteristic. They have a special affinity for the macula, the central region of the retina responsible for the most precise and detailed vision. This is the part you use to read, recognize faces, and distinguish fine details. These compounds act as a kind of internal protective filter, absorbing some of the blue light and helping to defend the macular cells against the wear and tear caused by years of light exposure. And there's something even more interesting about kiwi fruit that almost no one knows. Several studies have observed that consuming kiwi before bed can promote better sleep quality and increase its duration. This creates an extraordinary combination. On the one hand, you provide nutrients that help protect your eyes. On the other, you promote deeper rest, precisely during the hours when the body performs much of its repair work. It's like preparing the perfect environment for your eyes to recover while you sleep. Now let's move on to number 4. Here we find citrus fruits, especially oranges, tangerines and lemons. Citrus fruits are true gems for eye health, and the main reason is the powerful combination of vitamin C and compounds called flavonoids. Vitamin C, if you decide to include citrus fruits at night, there's a much smarter way to do it. Whenever possible, choose the whole fruit instead of the juice. The reason is simple. The fiber in fruit helps sugars be absorbed more gradually, preventing sharp spikes in blood sugar before bed, which can affect the quality of your sleep. A couple of mandarin orange segments or a small orange are usually enough to reap their benefits without putting too much strain on your digestive system overnight. Now let's move on to number 3. And this fruit also tends to surprise many people. I'm talking about grapes, especially purple and black ones. Few fruits concentrate as many eye protective compounds as they do, and much of that power is due to a substance called resveratrol. Resveratrol is a compound that grapes themselves produce to defend themselves against fungi, bacteria, and other environmental threats. But when it reaches our bodies, it plays a very different role. It helps protect the blood vessels of the retina and contributes to combating cellular aging in eye tissues in a way that few other nutrients can. And that's only part of the story. Purple and black grapes also contain large amounts of anthocyanins, the pigments responsible for those characteristic blue and violet hues. These substances have been extensively studied for their ability to protect the retina and promote healthy eye circulation. And here I need you to pay close attention because there's an aspect of eye health that almost no one talks about: circulation within the eyes. The retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in the body. It consumes large amounts of oxygen and needs a constant supply of nutrients to continue functioning properly. The blood vessels are responsible for carrying that oxygen, nourishing the cells of the retina, and removing the waste products generated during all visual activity. When this system begins to deteriorate, the retinal cells suffer, and over time the consequences become visible. Sharpness is lost. It becomes harder to distinguish details. Objects no longer appear as clear as before, and vision begins to slowly decline. The resveratrol and anthocyanins present in grapes act like a silent maintenance team. They help keep blood vessels more flexible, functional, and efficient, allowing the retina to receive everything it needs to stay strong as we age. To obtain this benefit overnight, you don't need a large amount. A small handful of black or purple grapes is usually enough. They are easy to digest, light, and satisfy a sweet craving without being overpowering. And now we come to number 2. This fruit is probably already familiar to you when talking about eye health. However, most people don't know the real reason for its fame. I'm talking about the blueberry. For many eye nutrition specialists, this is one of the most powerful fruits for protecting the retina, and the reason lies in its impressive concentration of anthocyanins. In fact, it contains even higher levels than many grape varieties. These substances seem to have a special affinity for retinal tissue and play a role in supporting photoreceptor cells. These are the extraordinary cells responsible for capturing light and transforming it into signals that the brain interprets as images. There's a well-known story that has circulated for decades in the medical field. During World War II, some pilots consumed jams made with fruits related to blueberries to improve their visual performance during night flights. Over time, that story became embellished and exaggerated, but the interesting thing is that modern research has confirmed something important. The anthocyanins present in blueberries can contribute to the healthy functioning of the retina and support visual adaptation in low-light conditions. Think about what happens when you leave a bright place and enter a dark room. For a few seconds, you can barely see anything. Your eyes need to adapt. This process depends on complex biochemical mechanisms where antioxidants play a fundamental role. And that's precisely where the anthocyanins in blueberries seem to offer one of their most interesting benefits. As an evening option, it's especially appealing. It's light, has a moderate natural sweetness, and is usually easy to digest. And if you can't find it fresh, don't worry. The frozen version retains most of its beneficial compounds and is still an excellent alternative. And now we've reached number 1, the true star of this list. The fruit that surprises most when I mention it, and at the same time, the one with one of the most solid and impressive scientific foundations regarding eye health. Number 1 is the avocado. I know. You're probably thinking that the avocado doesn't seem to fit on a list of fruits that protect your eyes. It's not particularly sweet. It doesn't have the typical image of the foods we usually associate with vision. But give me a few seconds, because when you understand what's happening behind the scenes, you may never look at an avocado the same way again. The avocado is one of the most important natural sources of lutein in the world of fruit. And lutein, as we've seen several times throughout this video, is an antioxidant that specifically accumulates in the macula. The macula is the central region of the retina. It's the part that allows you to read a sentence, recognize the face of someone you love, or appreciate the finest details of an image. Today, age-related macular degeneration is one of the leading causes of severe vision loss in older adults worldwide. And lutein is undoubtedly one of the most researched nutrients when it comes to protection against this problem. Maintaining a consistent lutein intake over the years is one of the smartest nutritional strategies for long-term central vision care. But here's the detail that makes avocados truly exceptional, and it's a detail that very few people know. Lutein and zeaxanthin belong to a group of fat-soluble nutrients. This means they need fat to be properly absorbed. Without fat present during digestion, many of these compounds pass through the digestive system without the body being able to efficiently utilize them. And this is where avocados excel, because they are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same healthy fats found in highly valued foods like olive oil, fats that benefit the heart, brain, and vascular system in general. That's why avocados do something very few fruits can. They not only provide lutein, but also the necessary vehicle to transport it. They deliver the nutrient and, at the same time, provide the mechanism that facilitates its absorption. It's like receiving a valuable tool along with the exact key to use it. Everything comes in the same package, and that makes a huge difference. Several studies have shown that regular avocado consumption can measurably increase lutein levels in both the blood and eye tissues. Furthermore, an improvement in macular pigment density has been observed. This pigment is, simply put, the natural shield that protects the most important part of your vision. The stronger and denser this shield, the greater the protection against blue light, oxidative damage, and the degenerative processes associated with aging. And the most interesting thing is that you can directly influence this mechanism with something as everyday as what you choose to put on your plate. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which of these fruits you'd like to incorporate into your nighttime routine first. Were you surprised to discover that avocado tops the list? Write it below. I personally read the comments because they help me better understand your questions, concerns, and the topics that truly interest you, so I can continue creating useful content for you. And if you're not already part of this community, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Every week, I create content based on research, clinical experience, and years of working with people who want to age healthier, more independently, and more peacefully. If you've made it this far in the video, it's because you care about your health and want to live with more energy, more independence, and a better quality of life. That's why, in our comprehensive health guides, we share how nutrition, natural remedies, and simple habits can help you regain vitality, strengthen your body, improve memory, support circulation, and maintain your independence for longer. All with practical changes and easy-to-implement tips. Find our guides by clicking the link in the description and scanning the QR code on screen. 101 Natural Remedies for Everyday Life, the Ultimate Longevity Plan, the Complete Guide to Heart and Blood Pressure and Men's Health After 50. Everything you need to take care of yourself during this important stage of life is just a click away. Thank you for being here, for listening attentively, and for taking action for your health. Take care of your body because it's where Your memories, experiences, dreams, and the entire story you've built throughout your life reside. See you in the next video.